Welcome into the South Hockey Network, everybody, live on YouTube. Live for the first time in a while, 24 days since the Titans last took the ice in their preseason game against the Bennett Red Wings. They were supposed to have another game that same week, but it ended up getting postponed. Another preseason game. They will play that game, but it is finally time to begin the regular season here in 2023-2024. Pardon me, 2024-2025. We're at the Addison Ice Arena in Addison, one of the farther drives the Titans have to make all regular season long, and they will face off against the York Dukes for the first time in the regular season, but second time in the season as they met in the preseason. Dylan Ward here on the call. Very happy to be joined by my father, John Ward, once again with me in the booth. Brad Cesario will be in charge of the scoreboard in the top left corner of your screen, and as always, Gerard Boris behind the camera. This is the Wintrust South Hockey Network. Big thank you to Glenview Bank and Trust for being our presenting sponsor and making these broadcasts possible. John, welcome back to the booth. I know we did that game against New Trier together, the championship of that preseason tournament, but now it is time for regular season play. No better time to get it going than a Friday night.
The game that I called with you, New Trier won that game, and so that was the only game that they did. That was the only loss so far for GBS. But I'm very excited. This is always a very exciting time of the year. Not only is GBS starting their season, I get to hear you call games, and also the Blackhawks are starting, which of course is my favorite sports team in the city of Chicago. So.
And we just made our fantasy draft. You got Sidney Crosby on your team. I know he's one of your favorites. I have Bedard. It should be fun. We're playing each other week one. But anyway, back to this game. 17-minute periods, of course. We just saw the the Varsity 2 Glenbrook South team lose 8-1 to this York team. So for GBS, they're the second to last team to get started in the SHL. The only team without a game played after tonight will be Carmel Catholic. York, this is their 5th game out of the 30 games in the regular season. But John, they're still searching for their first win. They've got 2 points in the standings, but a record of 0-2-2.
Yeah, they may be 0-2-2, but also they've been to the big dance the last 2 years in a row down at the United Center. So it's a long season. Tonight starts it, and you know, for the SHL, and they are trying to head back to Madison Street along with GBS, and hopefully GBS can be a spoiler in that route to 1800 West Madison Street.
You mentioned it, John. 12 returning varsity players for York. Of course, those 12 were playing on that United Center ice against New Trier Green, where New Trier ultimately took that state championship. York is going to be hungry to make it back for the 3rd year in a row. It'll be Thomas Preston, the freshman, starting for Jim Philbin. Had a pretty good preseason, John. 4-1-1 record, a 2.13 goals allowed average, and a .915 save percentage. On the other end of the rink, it's going to be Jack Brown for Matt Boeing's side, a record of 0-1-2 so far this regular season, a 2.37 goals allowed average, and an .890 save percentage. Of course, those numbers are through only 3 games, as we're still very young in this season.
Yeah, interesting that it's a freshman. You know, Preston's sitting out here. He handled the brunt of the load in that preseason tournament. He did 5 games versus 1 for Rakana. So we'll see how he addresses the offense of York, which is pretty powerful. They've got some good numbers up, even though they haven't won a game yet.
All right, game number 1 of 30 from October to February is about to be underway. Benji Pajerski ready for the face-off. SHL hockey has begun for the Glenbrook South Titans as they'll look to go 1-0 here on the road at Addison Ice Arena. Here's Smith for York. He'll pass it back to his own zone for O'Leary. O'Leary, one of the varsity rookies, played JV last year. Had 2 goals, 10 assists. He'll dump this one in. Mulvey back, got it to Stevens far side, gave it up to Smith far side by the York word mark on the glass. One of the new additions in the renovations they did over this summer at Addison Ice Arena. This place is looking nice. If only they repainted the lines.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the referees to see them. They can hardly see them from up here. There actually is almost like no red line. It's hard to see.
Pajerski to the near side. Weiss, he tries a shot, was contested by DeZillo and could not put that shot on target. Goes to the far side half boards. A pass to the near side. Gets tipped out of the zone, and Will Fagan, wearing his new jersey with his number 76, all the guys got their jerseys shipped, so no more practice jerseys. Everyone's got the full kit for the Titans, including those lightning bolt pants and Michigan-style hockey helmets. Now for York, Cole Mayer gets this out to neutral ice. Will Fagan will retreat in his own zone for the Titans, wrap around his net, throw it between the legs of one to Cesario on the near side, and the Titans are able to get this out to neutral ice, but Maurer will dump this right back in. Deflects out back to the York zone. Here's O'Leary. One of two O'Leary brothers, Patrick O'Leary, the other one out there for York, wearing number 44. Now to Zillow, to Passion coming over the line to the right side. Here's a shot by Maurer and a save made by Preston, his first stop here early on in the first period.
And a dandy, nice wrist shot from just inside the circle.
Now here's Vanderploeg in his own zone, scored 2 goals in the preseason, matching his 2 scored all season long last year. He's got a nice shot, looking to bury a couple more of those pucks this year in his junior year. Now here comes York. It's Michael Barton over the line, left side. He takes a shot on Preston. He makes the stop, and we'll hang on for our first whistle of the game, I believe.
You know, Preston's got a couple shots, couple saves. I think most goalies like to get a little action in the beginning, feel a little rubber against their pads, and just get into the groove a little bit. So, looks like Preston is on his game so far.
Now we're back underway. Luke Fagan takes the face-off. He's got a quick peek at our goalie cam. We've got goalie cams this year on each side. Another big addition here to the South Hockey Network, and replays as well. Fagan gets a pass out to Preston. He takes a shot tipped on its way by Boris, but it goes wide of the net. Now back to the far side. It's Barton for the Dukes. He'll get it out to the neutral zone. And beyond that, goes all the way down. Luke Fagan catches up to it. Near side corner, lost an edge. It'll be given up. Here's Gavin Brown. Brown looking over his options. He'll go down to the far side half boards for Caden Buens. Now to the near side, O'Leary, left circle. They'll get this one down below the goal line. And Cole McPherson picks it up, plays it out to the neutral zone, and I was going to say not quite, but the linesman judging that did go over the slightly less white part of the ice.
Yeah, these are the same linesmen that did the JV game right before it. So
Varsity 2.
I'm sorry, Varsity 2, guys. And they're really hanging right on those blue lines so that they see that they can pick up that slight blue underneath the glass, underneath the ice.
As a matter of fact, it actually looks better on your screen than it does in person, which is kind of funny. But not that it looks really good on your screen, so if that gives you any indication as to how faded those are, this is an old barn. I believe the oldest in the SHL, if I'm not mistaken. Here's Kalianis in on net, passed it up to the slot. I think he thought his man Brown was closer than he was. Now here's another shot from up high. That one turned away by Preston. Mulvey hits a man into the boards. That's Kalianis. The loose puck goes to Pajerski, who gets it out to Stevens. And it's swiped back into the zone by O'Leary. Right to Pajerski again. Benji Pajerski and Ben Stevens, younger brother of Will Stevens, varsity rookie. Each of those men scored 2 assists in that last game the Titans played, the preseason tie, 2-2 against the Bennett Red Wings at Glenview Ice Center. Now here's Weller. He got around Smith. Aiden Weller knocks this one down into the zone. Below the goal line, Lezak gets there first for the Dukes. Got it to Camposano. And to the far side, O'Leary off the board. Surma picks it off, goes between the legs and scores! Oh my goodness! A highlight reel goal for the Titans and their first of the season. Can't wait to watch that one again. It's 1-0 Glenbrook South.
What a sweet goal, and it's always interesting, Dylan. I always wondered when did they decide to do that, right? As they come in on the goalie.
I don't know if maybe that wasn't between the legs. This will give us a better indication right here.
Okay, we'll see if he just drags it.
Oh, maybe not, but either way, right to the corner. 1-0 Glenbrook South Titans. Nice goal by Frank Surma, and just like he was the first goal scorer for the Titans in the preseason, he's the first goal scorer for Glenbrook South here in the regular season.
Right, and what a cool goal that was, and that was just coming off of Boris's really cool tip that just happened to go over the net. So more offense by York, but more effective offense by GBS as they pick up the first goal.
Back into York territory. Here's O'Leary for the Dukes. Patrick O'Leary, a program rookie for this York hockey team. Camposano chasing after this one, gets past Vanderploeg. He gets taken down. Could have been a penalty, won't be called. Now Sokol. Os Camposano, he'll dump this one down to the Titans' end as we get down to under 12 to go in the period. Now a man gets taken down for the Titans. That's Vanderploeg. It wasn't called. Here's a shot. That one sails up high into the netting, out of play.
So far, pretty loose call by the referees. I think in that last shift, I saw two plays that could have been penalties, right? One was a push down and one was a takedown. So we'll take a look here as Preston's got to face a, oh, it's out of the zone now. So he can breathe for a sec.
1-0 Titans. Is GBS looking to win the season opener here in the SHL. Believe it would be the third season in a row that they would win on opening night. Well, close to too many men as that one York Duke, Jack Passion, touched the puck right after coming off the bench. Now Boris into the zone down the right wing side. Throws it to the high slot. Picked off by the Dukes. They'll lift this one down into the attacking zone. Cole McPherson picks up the loose puck for the Titans. Plays it to the far side. Boris takes a hit from Pacenti just after stepping over the blue line, and the Dukes will get it back out to neutral ice. Ben Stevens will backhand this one down into the attacking zone for GBS. Weiss down below the goal line. Plays it to the far side, but it gets picked off again by the Dukes. They can't get it out. Preston keeps it in. Brown looking to take that one out, and he will catch up to his puck, but lost an edge. And the Titans may be a little lucky there. He could have had a partial breakaway down that right wing side. Now Weiss through neutral ice. He comes over the line, left wing side. Takes a shot. That one got blocked on its way. Never found the net. Now for York. Here's Michael Barton. He's over the line. Gets the puck sticked away from his reach by Weller. And the Titans will pick it back up. Pajurski can't get it out. Barton, now Mulvey backhands it to Stevens, and the Titans have numbers going the other way. Pajurski between the leg pass to Stevens, down to Weiss, right circle, and he just couldn't connect on that pass. They can't get it out. Here's Pajurski again, keeping it at the point. His backhand pass gets intercepted by Barton, and he'll split two defenders for the Titans and get taken down. Got a shot away. And is it a penalty shot? No. Tripping the call by the referee. And I don't know, that could have gone either way.
Yeah, it definitely could have called either way. I just looked at the ref to see if he was going to point to the center ice, but as he comes in, he splits the defense, and then the last desperate move by the GBS player to take him down. That's what I would call a good penalty. I mean, if you're going to stop a breakaway, you might as well do that and then go on the penalty kill.
All right, so we'll get our first look at the York power play so far on the young season for them. 4 games in, they are 1 for 12, 8.3% conversion rate. The Titans, of course, this is their first game, but on the penalty kill in the preseason, just around 3 out of 4, 77%. So we'll see how they can play this one out.
Preston made a good stop off that slap shot on the one-timer, so he's looking to keep him off the board.
Shots on goal favor the Dukes 4-1. The Titans' lone shot was a goal. Now down into the far side corner. Titans D zone. Passion gets to it for the Dukes. And the puck poked free. Now it's Maurer. Ethan Maurer and Ryan Mulvey finds the puck, plays it off the boards, around it goes, but not out. Pacenti keeps it in left point. Now down to Luke Camposano. Played it up to Maurer. Maurer down to Camposano again, back to Maurer, near side corner. Throws it up high for Pacenti. Across, here's Lezak, he shoots, that one goes wide. Picked up left point, now 50 seconds to go on this power play for the Dukes. Passion gloves it down to himself. Goes to Maurer with it. Up high, Pacenti left point. He'll try a shot on goal. That one hit a maze of bodies and never found the net. Titans off the rebound will grab it and clear it all the way.
Okay, fresh lines for GBS. They need them now because of the pressure York's putting on them.
30 seconds to go on the man advantage. Here's Ben Smith, got it to Buens. Caden Buens around Surma, got his puck back. Buens threw it up to Smith, back down to Buens. Smith recovers the puck, right corner, 10 to go. Here's a shot. That one hit the side of the net off the stick of Ben DeZillo. Now near side corner, only 4 to go on the power play. And out of the box comes Pajerski. He'll go to the bench. On comes Stevens, and we're back to 5-on-5. Fresh off the bench, here is Stevens on the interception. Ben Stevens plays it back up high to Will Fagan. Fagan will backhand this one down into the zone. 1-0 your score. If you're joining us late, the lone goal scorer, Frank Surma. A really nice solo effort on a breakaway. We thought he put it between his legs on first glance, but really just a nice release into the top corner. Vanderplug around one man. He couldn't catch up to the puck. Now York takes it away. Here they come. It's William Brown being pressured from behind by Dylan Lytell. Puck goes down below the Titans goal line, and Vanderplug picks it up for GBS. Lost his stick in the process, and Kalianis will throw it up high, Cianella, but Dylan Lytell pokes it out of the zone. And because Vanderplug is recovering his stick, he was right there still behind the Titan goal line, so he's right there to grab the puck. A lead pass out to Zach Boris. He comes over the line, puts it between the legs of a couple, then gets sandwiched with green bread. Now Fagan back in his own zone, out to the neutral zone for Boris once again. Puck deflects off of his stick, goes to Cianella, who throws it the other way. Luke Fagan there to pick it up. Now Dylan Lytell left side, gets one on net, and the save is made by Brown. He'll hang on for a whistle.
Yeah, I thought maybe the refs could have called a penalty there on the guys that kind of sandwiched Boris there. The puck was about 5 feet in front of him, but maybe it was too close. Maybe I'm a little sensitive in that area, but GBS players, but here we go.
GBS takes the face-off. We are back underway. Here's Surma, the goal scorer. Throws it to the near side, Cesario. Up high to Surma once again. He was looking to go back to Cesario, but instead it'll ring around the boards. Keeping it in the zone is McPherson. Now to Sokol. He'll throw it to the slot. Campasano takes it back for York. Back below his own net, throws it to Pacenti. 6 minutes to go in the first period. Dukes lead shots on goal 4-2. Here's Cesario on a steal. Got it to Sokol left side. He gets a shot away. That one stopped by Brown. Puck kept in the zone. Here's Sokol. Now Cesario to the net. That one looks like it might have been pinballing around a little bit, but won't go on net. Now McPherson chasing it back in his own end. Jim Philbin having to be a little bit creative with his lines. I actually don't think we've mentioned it yet, but Blake Hoffer and Evan Bunnell both unavailable for this SHL opening night. Blake Hoffer down in Florida in what Joe Hoffer described as his final baseball event of the summer here in the first week of October, and Evan Bunnell out with a back injury. He's down there on the bench, or next to the bench I should say, but unable to suit up for this one for Jim Philbin.
And that's a big player to have outside of your lineup here. He scored 74 points last year. So in the upper echelon of point scorers and producers. So to have that guy gone.
Now Pajerski, 2 assists last game for him in the preseason tilt with Bennett. A giveaway right in front of the net. Brown right there to pick it up for the Dukes. Threw it up high, Mayer, but the Titans able to force it out. Pajerski gets to it. Maybe a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Pajerski looking to get that one to Weiss, but he didn't get it to him cleanly. 4:10 to go in the period. Pajerski below the line, near side for the Titans. It takes a bounce and goes to the far side. Ben Stevens pressuring, but the puck picked up by York. Here comes Michael Barton, but offsides, I believe, or maybe that went into the bench.
It went into the bench, hit that last player there. So I actually thought it hit the referee, who's really hanging on that blue line.
Titans' first game in 24 days. This is also York's first game in a little bit, since September 22nd, 12 days ago, after playing 3 straight nights from the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, all in the SHL. And Passion takes a hit into the near boards by Lytle. It comes out to the neutral zone. Just the 1 goal in the game so far. A brilliant solo effort by Frank Surma, the now senior for GBS. It's his 5th goal of the year overall if you count the preseason games. The Titans' leading goal scorer.
Yeah, it'll be interesting in who picks up the big load. If you think about last year's team, so many of those really great players, and you come out here and you look at this lineup and see that, you know, they may not have the overall talent, but they're charged with winning.
It's been part of this Glenbrook South hockey culture for the last few years. It really started to pick up after my senior year when they only won 5 games in the SHL. They get this one out to the neutral zone. That one hit the skate of the linesman once again. And it goes back down to the Titans D zone. And no Freemuth, no McCauley, no Will Stevens. Part of that leadership group. Eli Kamens, of course, 3-year veteran.
Yeah, you can go on and on. You know, you think about all those names, and I hope some of them are still playing hockey right now. So.
Now off a face-off win, back out to the neutral zone. Titans rush into the zone. Here's Sokol from the left side, takes a shot. Maybe was going wide, but stopped anyway by Brown, the goaltender. Jack Brown, really haven't said his name too much. The Titans, that was only their 4th shot on goal of the game in what's been a low shot game in general. 4-4 the shots on goal are tied between these two teams.
Yeah, definitely Preston's getting some more action than Brown, but we can keep it that way. You know, maybe keep the guy off balance by not having that much work to do.
2 minutes to go in the first act tonight. Cesario looking to backhand this one down, but O'Leary takes it, throws it the other way. McPherson to it, far side, takes a hit into the glass by Kalianis, and the Titans will recover, get it out to the neutral zone. No possession though. Back into the zone come the Dukes. Kalianis, Pajurski behind him, picked his pocket. And Pajurski threw it to McPherson. Cole McPherson. Weiss. Now Pajurski over the line for the Titans. Pajurski to Weiss, right open. Here's a shot and a save made by the pad of Brown. What a pass there to Weiss, and he had a breakaway, didn't have a lot of space. That looked close to offsides. We'll play on. We'll have a look at the replay on that one as we get down to 1 minute to go in the first period. Like we said, it's not easy for the linesmen tonight. These lines on the ice really faint. Probably haven't been painted in 10, 15 years.
What a great pass by Pajurski, defeating Weiss coming in on. He did a little dip, and then Brown made a great stop on Weiss to keep this a GBS lead 1-0.
Now 36 to go. Mulvey look to get it out. It gets sent back down below the line for York. Weiss able to tip this one out. Lytle pokes it ahead of Cianella. Here comes Dylan Lytle. He tries a short side shot, and that one would not go. It knocks into the net, and off comes the posts.
That was a really cool play because Lytle came in on his off wing, so backhanding would have been a pretty decent play, but he just kind of faked the pass and threw it on net. ended up two of the GBS player, the goalie and the defenseman, come charging into the net. So, but I think that was a pretty smart play by Lytle.
Maybe a little too close to call on that offsides. Let's see if the Titans can get something cooking here with the last 20 seconds. They do win the faceoff, but it goes all the way outside the zone. They'll have to reset. Maybe time for one more rush up ice as Charlie Preston has the puck, plays it off the boards. Nice pass to Boris, but he just couldn't pull it ahead to his forehand. 5 seconds to go. Weller will knock this one all the way down. And no icing. There's the buzzer to stop play. And 17 minutes are in the books. It is 1-0 Glenbrook South. The lone goal coming from Frank Surma. And that's where we stand going into period number 2.
Yeah, I thought Philbin's team did a great job as the period wore on. When we were at the beginning of the game, Dylan, I thought GBS was playing a little sloppy right in front of their net, and they were giving up a couple of chances, so we're kind of lucky to have a 1-0 lead. Also, just a quick mention, that referee that's standing on the far side of the ice at that blue line has already been involved in 3 plays where the puck was trying to chipped out by two chip outs by York and one trying to get it into the zone by GBS. So I don't know if he's just having a tough night, but that little spot over there is causing some problems with some of the plays, and you can hear it from some of the coaches kind of screaming out loud.
So the York Dukes make it 5 straight to open their season without scoring a first period goal. They have been trailing after the first period, and now 4 of their 5 games was tied 0-0 once. And we'll switch ends. Titans lead shots on goal 6-4 after 1 period.
Yeah, I think Preston has had a really wonderful night so far. You know, first period and a freshman. Dylan, I don't know if that's unusual or not to have a freshman goalie in on your varsity team, but he's certainly not looking like a freshman. So he's got the moves, he's got the pads going, he's got the stick, he's doing some checking when guys get too close to him with that stick, which is always a very good move by a goalie, right? Just cuts off the chances, and we'll see how he performs here in the second and third period.
All right, so to the second period we go. We've switched sides, so now teams shooting at their own half where the benches are on your side. We talk about the period of the long change quite a bit on the South Hockey Network. 17 fresh minutes on the clock, as I said. And the same line out there to take the opening face-off of this period as we had in the first. Benji Pajerski ready. He'll go against Caden Buens, and the Titans win possession off the draw. And we are in the middle frame here at Addison Ice Arena. 1 period in the books here on the SHL season for the Titans. Weiss throws it up. Here's Pajerski coming through the slot. Can't get around a maze of green. And the Duke's able to clear this one out to neutral ice. Now Barton knocks it off of Mulvey's stick, chases it down, centers it. A wraparound attempt here. Instead it'll go up high to Piriotti. He takes a shot. Good save by Preston. Rebound, they can't stuff it home.
That was a great save along with the rebound. He gave up the rebound and made the stop on that too.
Now Pajerski. Down low for Stevens. Taken away by the Dukes. Here comes Piriotti. He'll arc this one in, goes to the far side. Weller there to pick it up in the corner. Plays it over to the near side for Weiss. He just can't deflect that one out. He'll play it back to Mulvey, who's able to get this one out to the neutral zone. Pajerski goes far side with it, right to Kalianis' stick. And York will repossess the puck. Mayer dumps this one in from the neutral zone. And now here comes Adam Sokol over the line. And is that an offsides call?
I don't know. I thought that he was well behind him.
Let's have another look.
I'm sure it was.
Watch how Sokol picks up this puck and then scoots over and...
Oh, maybe it was the guy changing. The guy changing for the Titans. Watch that again. We've got someone changing. You could see his legs go up on the boards right when they come over, and yep, that's the call.
Maybe that's the call. That's that hard side for the offsides when your bench is over there.
Goalie cams back in effect.
And Dylan, I think we have a penalty here. I think we have Weiss going off for possibly too many men, which is the original part of the call.
Right. So there you go. Good call, good pickup. And it's going to be another power play for the Dukes. Their second of the night. They're 0 for 1. Also, only 1 for 13 on the season so far. York, you know another power play goal is due. Here's a shot from the point. That one stopped and held on to by Preston.
Yeah, what a great stop. And he's having trouble holding on to the initial stop, but that one just fell right down at his pad, so all he had to do is put the big glove on it to stop, because you had a couple of York players right in front ready to pounce on that rebound. He seems like he's got some clear vision and picking up these pucks pretty well tonight.
Back to the right circle. A false start on the draw. And we'll do it again. 18 seconds gone on the power play for York. Maurer ready for the face-off against Jonathan Cesario. Cesario won it back to Vanderplug. Vanderplug looking to clear the zone. Did that hit the linesman's skate again?
I count, that's about the 4th time.
All right, well, we'll keep a counter now. Here's Passion coming over the line for York. He'll just dump this one in for the Dukes. It goes down below the line for Fagan. He can't get it out. Giveaway. Passion takes a shot, and a nice save made by Preston. Just getting enough of that. Now thrown up high, Pasenti. Passion, left circle, goes down below the net for Maurer. Ethan Maurer for the Dukes. Now Luke Campasano being pressured by Vanderplug. Asher Vanderplug looking to clear. Bounces off a body, stays in the zone. Lisek over to the far side for Pasenti. Pasenti down to the circle. Here's Passion left side. Back up high, Pasenti to the right circle. Lisek one-timer. That one took a deflection and hit the post and was touched by a high stick.
I think Preston made the initial stop, and it just hit his shoulder and came back and hit the far corner top post and stayed out of that. And then there was a high stick after that.
See this save from our beautiful goalie cam, and you can see, I think, yeah, you were right on the deflection chance.
So GBS better watch the way if they're going to clear that puck, they can't go through that center zone like they've done a couple times, because if they don't hold on to that puck and get it out, York's going to have a great offensive chance like they just did this last play.
Pajurski clears that one out. It goes back down into the D zone for York. Only 24 to go on the Duke power play. Here's Patrick O'Leary to Barton. Over the line, right wing side. Now down below the line. Weller able to find it. Nice play and then clear it out. O'Leary gets to it back in his own zone. Puts on the brakes to elude a check from Pajurski. And that's going to do it for the Titan penalty. Weiss comes out of the box. He'll join the play as Pajurski pokes this one ahead. He's got a breakaway. Tried to go 5-hole, could not. Then on the rebound, the Titans try and bury it, and they cannot. And then some pushing and shoving after the whistle. These two teams do not like each other very much.
You know, Dylan, after the initial shot on the breakaway, I think the puck was just laying too close to the goalie. They couldn't chip it over him. It was down by the feet, but only about 6 inches away from the goalie, and then finally they just had to shoot it into his chest. It would have been a great play if they were able to get that over the goalie, so it's okay. All right, the boys have separated from one another, and now we have Boris taking the face-off in the offensive zone.
All right, here we go. Here's Preston for the Titans. Back for Luke Fagan. Just the one goal in the game, if you're joining us late, belongs to Frank Surma. The lone goal of the season for the Titans here in the regular season in SHL play. That one just gets enough of the netting near side and will be ruled out of bounds by the linesman.
I like that, out of bounds for hockey. You know, it's like you typically don't see that. I hope GBS can put another goal on the board here. You know, if you go 1-1, you know, this is a big momentum game. So they're going to face off right at the center line because of that puck going out of the play.
Here's Mulvey in his own zone. He lifts a puck into the zone. Pacenti. And now Weller will take it off the rebound. Cesario gets it out to Sokol. He pulls it ahead. Might have a partial break. Adam Sokol between the legs to Surma. Here's a shot and a save made by Brown.
Wow, what a great pass. He's skating as hard as he can. The GBS player coming over that blue line, and then he draws both of the York players to him and then flips it over to the player, GBS player just trailing the play. So what a great player. It was a good stop too, but a nice offensive threat there.
Dylan Ward here on the call. John Ward, my analyst today, as Sokol takes a shot right off the draw. Goes wide, not a bad idea. Brad Cesario on scoreboard, Gerard Boris on camera. Now a scrum near side. And this one gets lifted out to the neutral zone. Surma there to pick it up. Frank Surma will dump this one down. 12:10 to go. From the right point. Here's Aiden Weller, gets around a man. Weller looked for Mulvey on the near side. Couldn't get it to him cleanly. And it'll get thrown right in the slot where York able to get this one out to the neutral zone. Here's Papadopoulos to the near side. Periotti, he takes a slap shot just coming over the line. And that one went wide of the net. Now here's Cianella. Back for Kalianis, left point. Down to Cianella again. Threw it to the slot, but nobody there in green. Ben Stevens looking for a man. That one touched by the high stick of Pajurski, but then nullified by Passion, and we will play on without a whistle. Now back to Pajurski in the neutral zone. He comes over the line. One man loses a tire, and Pajurski gets to the puck. Far side corner. Looking over his options. Benji Pajurski. Up to McPherson left side. Cole McPherson to the net through a maze of bodies and just barely didn't get to the net. Here's Periotti for the Dukes. He'll lift this one all the way down and out. And it will be no icing as Thomas Preston came out of his crease to play that one. Now Maurer. Down to Fagan. Play to the far side and out to the neutral zone where York will just turn around, fire this one right back in. Haven't seen a lot of high danger scoring opportunities for either team apart from the couple of breakaways the Titans have had here in the second period. Shots on goal are 9-9 between these two teams now, so York has closed the gap a little bit. Campesano off the rebound, couldn't get a clean shot away. Now Lizik. Down to Campesano, pressured from McPherson. And Boris can't get this one out past Mayer. Right down to Boris again. And McPherson will pick up the rebound. Titans had this puck in their own zone for a while, even though York has not had very many scores. As looks like we just got connection back. Sorry for a couple of technical difficulties. The Wi-Fi here at Addison Ice Arena has always been a little bit spotty over the years, but we will play through it.
I might have had my best analysis right then.
There's a pass to the near side. Vanderploeg. Now Barton takes the puck away, comes over the line down the right wing side. Will Fagan picks up a loose puck, gets it to Cesario, and Cesario off the boards. Nice pass to Sokol. He'll pick it up, come over the line, got it to Surma on the right side. And a big ooh coming from the Titans fans here at the rink as that one just got away from him. Battle for the puck down below the goal line. They'll try and play this one in, but they could not.
Dylan, that last play by York coming down on that 2-on-2, it was actually a 2-on-3 because the referee got in the way of the play, and the York player not only had to go around the GBS player, but he had to go around the referee too. And so you might be hearing some screams from the York bench here. Just seems like the refs need to, maybe their first game, obviously not their first game of the season, but they got to get out of the way a little bit.
Now Brown can't get a shot away. One man loses his stick. Here's Kalianis with a shot, save made by Preston. And on the rebound, I think he made another save. He'll hang on. Now Pajerski and getting involved with one of the Dukes. That's Paul Kalianis. And quickly separated by the officials.
Preston's really showing his mettle on that last play, that low wrist shot along the ice that he picked up through about 8 legs, right? And then he was able to just follow it, hold on to it, and then finally pounce on it with a bunch of York players right on his shoulder. Really, really sweet play by the freshman.
Hasn't allowed a goal yet. 13 for 13 here in his SHL debut. Weiss will play this one out to the neutral zone. It goes all the way down. Piriotti will take it for the Dukes. Stevens right behind him. He was tapping his stick on the ice. I'm not sure if he was trying to fool Kalianis to thinking he was one of his teammates.
I think he did. I think it worked.
And give away to Passion. Now up to DeZillo. Ben DeZillo over the line. Can't get around Weller, who will force it out to the neutral zone with a nice long reach of the stick.
Yeah, great play by Weller to just shut that down as fast as it came.
Delayed offsides. York has to tag up, which allows Weller to get to it easily. Now Ben Stevens over the line, takes a shot, blocked by the legs of Piriotti. He'll get another one off. That one wide of the net. Now Stevens, puck taken away by Passion. He'll play it off the near boards around Mulvey. Catch up to it. Jack Passion over to the left side to Zillow. And right there was Pajerski. Good defensive effort to get in the way of that opportunity.
Yeah, great to come back. He just kept his legs moving, and he caught up to the play, and he was able to put a stick on it.
Passion's pass doesn't get by Weiss's stick, but he gets it back and has another try to get it down to Camposano. Now Passion gets it back with some pressure from the blue and gold. Weiss picks it up, plays it off the boards and all the way down, then we'll go to the bench for a change after a long shift. Here's Luke Camposano up to Lezik. Lezik catches up to his puck. Down below the goal line. Matthew Lezik. Ref got out of the way of that one. And then Preston picks it up. And out to the neutral zone. We've got a penalty coming up. I'm not sure who it's against. Titans grab the puck and no whistle, so it's going to be against the Dukes. And
looks like a holding call.
We didn't get a replay of it, but watch this one again. Here's that 2-on-1 chance the Dukes had. Good play by Pajerski.
Yeah, that replay doesn't pick up the penalty, but you got a York player sitting, and I think the ref signified holding on that one. Okay,
so
big opportunity for GBS here to put that second goal up. Give them a little bit of breathing room.
Looks like the official call slashing. But the Titans, 21% on the power play in the preseason, 4 for 19. Let's see how they fare against the Dukes here, who so far this SHL season, 86% on the PK. Here's Vanderplug down to Sokol. He shoots, and that one stopped. When these two teams met in the preseason, GBS was 1 for 4 on the power play, but that one was Asher Vanderplug's game winner with less than 4 minutes on the clock in the game. Here's Sokol with a shot, left side circle. That one gobbled up and held on to by Brown.
Yeah, Cesario was trying to get in front of the net on that play, Dylan. Doing a good job, York player keeping him at bay on the outside of the crease, because Cesario's got to get to the other side in front of that puck. So York goalie Brown had a good look at it. Easy stop.
Face-off win for GBS again. Mulvey off the win. Goes down to Sokol, now back to Mulvey. Just on sides, he'll get a shot away. Nope, that is offsides. I thought it might be.
Okay. I think your young eyes are better than mine, especially seeing a really, really difficult blue line here. It almost looks white to us.
And again, just to give you an idea, folks, it looks slightly better on your screen than it does here at the rink. And it doesn't look very good on your screen. All right, 1 minute and some change to go on the power play for GBS. They'll dump this one down. Sokol picks it up in the corner. Adam Sokol. Now to Vanderplug. Power play for the Titans was their biggest weapon last season. But here comes York shorthanded. Brown can't get around Vanderplug. Titans were shooting at over 35% on the power play last year. 31 power play goals for Glenbrook South on 87 opportunities. But they will be guilty of icing on their own power play here.
Yeah, GBS has got to start hitting some of those passes a little bit better. Not only in the defensive zone, but in that middle ice, really all over the ice. But coming through that, they just missed that pass by about 5 feet, and then it cost them to ice the puck on their power play.
Zach Boris ready for the face-off. York attacking zone. They win it, York does, and get it deep. We're right to Weller, though. Now Papadopoulos for the Dukes. We'll play this one back into the zone, but the Titans able to grab it. Weller to Preston. Charlie Preston over the line. Left wing side. Pinned up against the boards. Now Boris getting involved. A 2-on-1 scrum for the Titans. Who's going to come away with the puck? York does. And they clear it down, and that's going to finish the Titans power play, so they will begin the season 0-for-1 on the man advantage.
I think that's the name for York is Papadopoulos. I like that name.
Name of the game?
Name of the game.
Bring that back from last season. That was a fun one. It's hockey. There's always going to be fun names. Now Brown, this one off of his skate. He'll deflect it into the zone. Down to the near side corner. Pressure from Vanderplug. And they throw this right to the slot. Camposano able to grab a loose one, but now Lezik will take it. Right to the slot. Backhand attempt by Brown, but put that wide of the net on a no-look attempt. Still just one goal in the hockey game. Titans have led 1-0 since in the first period when Surma scored, but now they pull it ahead. Vanderplug now to Lytell. He takes a shot. He scores! Dylan Lytell. One goal up until now, but there's the second. 2-0 for the Titans on Dylan Lytell's first career SHL goal and first goal as a member of the Varsity 1 squad.
What a beautiful goal that was. He just kept it along the ice and just picked that lower left-hand corner. I think that's the beauty of coming in on a 2-on-0. It keeps that goalie forced to stay in the center of the net because he doesn't know if there's ever going to be a pass, and then it opens up his short side.
Nice shot. It was kind of a 2-on-0 with Vanderplug and Lytell. As we get back to center ice for the face-off. So 2-0 Titans. As we get down to 3 minutes remaining, a big hit on the near side, and that's going to be a penalty. Will Fagan going kind of palms up. We'll have a look at the replay.
It's hard to hide that one. He just kind of came in and kind of went shoulder too high to the top of the head. You can see here, boom.
Ouch.
Right, even lost his glove on that one. So he's going to sit. I wonder what we're going to call. You might get a misconduct here.
And we'll see as we wait for the penalty to load in the game sheet. But for the time being, 2 minutes are on the clock for York on the power play. So they'll have their third power play opportunity of the game. We're still waiting for all the official details to come through. Yeah, there you go. 2 and a 10 for head contact.
Yeah.
So looks like serving that penalty will be Higgins, but Fagan will be out for the next 12 minutes of playing time. Power play for York, 0-for-1, or pardon me, 0-for-2 in the game, as I just mentioned. Here's Lezik, Cesario lurking in there. Now this puck takes a deflection and goes into the Titan bench for another whistle. 2:38 to go in the second.
Yeah, good play by Cesario and Sokol. They're they're poke checking as much as they can in the York zone and keeping the pressure on them, forcing them to make some kind of desperate plays. That one, they forced them to shoot it right into the bench.
Passion far side, takes a hit into the corner. Now this puck leaks away. Cesario off to the races. Jonathan Cesario on a breakaway. Just can't get a clean backhand on net as he was bidding for the shorty.
Yeah, Cesario is just pumping those legs, made the defensive end, York defenseman just chase him down, and then he finally caught him, but Cesario still got a shot off, a little backhand. And Brown had to make a pretty good save on that one. Whenever that puck leaves the ice and is kind of bouncing around a little bit, I think that's just a tough thing for goalies to stop.
All right, down to 2:15 to go. Just about a minute separates the power play clock and the game clock. Here's Smith around a man. Ben Smith takes a shot, short side. Almost looked like that one hit the protective netting, but we'll continue on here as that one stays in bounds according to the officials.
That's fine because GBS cleared it.
Under 2 to go before we head to the locker room. Titans leading 2-0. Frank Surma and Dylan Lytell in that order. 1 per period so far. Titans will clear this one out again. Really nice PK here for Glenbrook South.
Yeah, 3 in a row that they just grabbed it and threw it down. They finding some lanes, open lanes to shoot that puck down and kill off some of those crucial seconds on this penalty kill.
Mulvey will do it again. No, he won't. It just stays in off a skate of York right at the blue line. But then Vanderplug will grab it. This time they won't clear it. They'll rush up ice. Short-handed are the Titans. Vanderplug takes a shot. That one maybe got a piece of Brown. Oh, trickled wide. Now Mulvey takes a shot from the left point. That one bounces off of Mauer's stick and goes all the way back down right by the York bench. We get down to less than a minute here in the period as the Titans chip this one in. The power play's over, so York falls now to 0 for 3 on the man advantage here in this hockey game. Play off the near boards. Now a nice pass goes to Brown. He's got a breakaway. What a save made by Preston. Point blank. Then he made another one on the rebound. Keeping it a scoreless game in terms of the York Dukes on the board.
Yeah, the freshman looking like a varsity player.
Now here's Surma over to Cesario. He shoots in. Another big save on the other end of the ice, this time by Brown, and he'll cover it up. And a Titan push down after the whistle. We've got a lot to cover here on the replays, so let's get going. We'll take a look first at that York save.
Yeah, it was the initial save by Preston, and then he kind of kicked it out to the right-hand side.
Okay, that was the York save. So this is going to be Preston's save. And you know what? Brad Cesario makes a good point. Let's just wait till right after the period because we're only down to 20 seconds. Don't want to miss any action, and we've got a lot to show you. Dylan Ward here on the call. John Ward. Don't go anywhere during our intermission. We'll stay right here live on the South Hockey Network. Cesario off the face-off win for GBS. Now Sokol up to Weller, right circle. He'll try a shot. That one bounces wide. Now Sokol threw it to the slot. It bounces up to Weller. He'll try a shot. That one bounces in, missed the net. 3 seconds on the clock. Here's a shot attempt from below the goal line. And the ref blows his whistle right at 0.0. And that's going to finish period number 2. So the teams will head into the locker room and talk things over. Zamboni will come out here and take care of business. And then we'll have 17 minutes left. The Titans close to a 1-0-0 start now. We finally have a chance to take a peek at some of these replays.
Yeah, if we go back to the Preston initial stop and then watch how he kicks that puck out on the stop to the right-hand side, and then he's faced with another tough save that he has to make.
Here's that second one you were just talking about. So this is the first save.
Right.
And then right there.
Boom.
Yeah, wow,
yeah.
What a stop.
Yeah, I think Preston is really showing his mettle out there. And like I said, you know, he's not looking like a freshman. He's looking like a pretty seasoned junior, senior player out there. So he's earning his spot between the pipes so far tonight as he's given up no goals. He's got a goose egg so far.
Keeping the clean sheet through 34. We're going to take a break, mute our mics here on the South Hockey Network, but don't go anywhere as we'll stay right here live on YouTube. Third period will be here before you know it, and the Titans close to picking up their first win of the season. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody, live on YouTube, live here from Addison Ice Arena. So, we have some updates for you. Jim Philbin was talking to the referees just before these two teams got back on the ice. So here's what's what. Asher Vanderplug was not listed pre-game on the active roster for Glenbrook South. So Jim Philbin and Matt Boeing, as per usual in the SHL, before the games, they have to submit their lineup and who's scratched and who's going to be in and who's not here. And Vanderploeg was not listed in that, even though he's on the Titans roster, because he wasn't in the active lineup, York caught on to that, called it out, and so because of that, the Titans will have a 2-minute penalty as a result. I'm not exactly clear as to if Vanderploeg can stay in the game. He has been playing, obviously, for the first 2 periods, and he's out there right now. Obviously, just a simple error, but it has costed the Titans a penalty.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look. He's not heading to the bench. York has yet to come on the ice, so they should be out here momentarily. But Vanderploeg is still over there by the bench, so it might just be that 2-minute penalty, and then he just gets to stay in the game. Vanderploeg, might need, we should get legal on the phone to make sure that it's all right, right? Our parents' lawyers?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, as a matter of fact, I have not been calling it the Hannah Vanderploeg trial attorneys penalty kill for the Titans, nor have I been calling it the RSM power play. So big shout outs to RSM and Hannah Vanderploeg trial attorneys. My apologies. It's only game 1 and I'm still getting back into the swing of things, but the Titans have now lined up to take the face-off before York has even come back out on the ice.
Let's plug them a couple more times, even though there's no power play.
Yeah. Well, there's a penalty kill right now, so that one will be sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg trial attorneys. As we continue to wait for the York Dukes to come back onto the ice, the coaching staff has made it back to the bench here at Addison Ice Arena. And now the referee talking to head coach of the Dukes, Matt Boeing. It's a long delay due to that rule snafu. We had one of the referees busting out the actual rule book to figure out what they were supposed to do. And they haven't put the penalty on the board either. So don't forget, Fagan is still in the box from his 2 and 10. So looks like there will be another Titan serving the penalty.
Yeah, GBS has 4 players on the ice, but this is unusual. Here comes York. They finally got the message. They're coming out.
They have a nice locker room set up here at Addison Ice Arena.
Maybe
it's underground. It's actually below, and then they come up the stairs to come back onto the ice. It's actually pretty cool. I've been down there before.
God, that's like the old Chicago Stadium.
So still waiting for the 2-minute penalty to be put up on the board. In the referee, in the official scorers area, I think they're trying to figure out what to put. And so, okay, so they have just entered a penalty against Thomas Preston, who I guess is serving the penalty. They have it listed as illegal substitution. So I've never seen that one, but...
Well, that one's deep in the rule book, and that's just a technical paper error. So,
all right.
It's still a penalty kill, and GBS is going to have to take some smelling salt here to keep their heads in the game.
So the Titans shorthanded because of a roster lineup submission issue, and we will be shorthanded here. The Titans will. And here's a centering pass. That one would not be finished. York 0 for 3 on their power play in this game. Now here's Lezik to the left side for Passion. Up to Periotti. Now Passion again. Pacenti. And this pass intercepted by the Titans, Sokol, and he will clear this one down. Weller and Mulvey, Surma, and Cesario out there for the Titans. Cesario's neck guard has come off. It sort of looks like he has a ponytail now. And now Lezik into the zone. Down below the goal line, Lezik for the Dukes. Turns around, fires one. That's stopped by Preston, and he hangs on for the whistle.
It's a nice stop by Preston. He just kind of looked over his left shoulder, watched that York player come around the bench and just stayed with him. And then that player just kind of threw it right back at him. He was right there to make the stave. You know, that call on the roster kind of reminded me in the olden days when coaches would know somebody was playing with an illegal stick and they would just wait for the opportune time to call it. Yeah, it looks kind of like what York did, but...
So Vanderploeg is on the ice. Here's a shot. That one stopped by Preston, and he will hang on. So I guess in the rule, I mean, Vanderplug's on the ice again. He's played the first 2 periods, so I'm guessing he's just allowed to stay in the game, and the penalty is because the Titans, they don't have too many on their lineup, because as a team, they only have 20 guys on the team, which is enough for a lineup, and they're missing 2 guys. So they don't have any scratches, and they're missing 2 players. So it's not like the Titans have one too many skaters or anything.
Well, the Vanderplug issue is interesting because, let's say...
And we keep calling out Vanderplug. Obviously, it's not his fault. It has nothing to do with him. It's just that he was the specific one that was left off the lineup.
I just wonder if he was on the score sheet, though. Then what, would that be anything different?
You mean if he scored?
Yeah, what happens if he scored a hat trick by now?
Yeah, right. Maybe the game would go under protest. I don't know. Again, I've been in high school hockey and hockey in general for a long time. This is the first time I've seen something like this.
That headband now is on the ice.
Well, the penalty is now over, so York falls to 0 for 4 on their power play. The Titans' Hannah Vanderplug trial attorney's penalty kill is now 4 out of 4. Here's Surma, who had the game's first goal. Now to Cesario over the line. Jonathan Cesario, backhand try. That one missed the net and gets sticked out of there by Brown. York will send this one all the way down. No icing as it gets waved off. And now back down to the York end. Surma and Dylan Lytell, the 2 goal scorers in this game. Luke Fagan, Brown looked like he was trying to hit Fagan, but Brown got the worst of it as Fagan stood tall. That's the sophomore out there in blue and gold.
Pretty good hit.
Now Cianella, right side corner, back up to Fagan. He takes a shot. That one bounces towards the net. And where is it? Maybe an early whistle, as that one was not quite covered up. But the Titans unable to get that one over the line.
I think that was Weiss down low, trying to muscle that thing in, try to get a choppy, ugly goal, but those count, and we could use that extra breathing room, just like we scored the second goal. 3-0 would be even better.
Coming in with a report from Pete Mulvey, who is listening in, not here at the rink today, but he is watching his son, Jack Mulvey, of course, older brother of Ryan Mulvey and longtime GBS hockey player. Jack is currently suited up for Kentucky in an ACHA game, going up against Miami, and guess who's on Miami? None other than Marty McCauley. So a couple of Glenbrook South alum going against each other. They were never teammates, but they were. And now in the far side corner, we've got Boris pinning a man down and really getting into it.
Yeah, I didn't see that start. I was watching the play come around the corner, but obviously they're just upset with each other and not too much that they could do. We'll take a look at this.
We didn't really get the moment it started.
They just got tangled up with each other. Neither one want to let go.
Let's see if we could see any kind of angle on this shot. I don't think so.
Yeah, and those players that you mentioned, Dylan, playing for Kentucky and Miami, some real standout players for GBS.
No kidding.
So I'm really happy that they are still pursuing their dream and playing this great sport.
So it looks like they get coincidental penalties. Zach Boris and Anthony Pacenti of the Dukes.
They're still jawing with each other a little bit over there.
Yeah, in the penalty box, close quarters, with some parent volunteers separating them and listening in.
Yeah, probably hearing a few choice words.
All right, back underway. We stay 5-on-5. Lezik now through neutral ice. He dumps this one in. This game's starting to get a little bit chippy. These two teams, we say on the South Hockey Network a lot, as Campesano fan on a shot, maybe not natural rivals, York and Glenbrook South, but any two teams in the SHL, there's going to be a built-in rivalry there. So maybe they don't play each other a lot in football, basketball, baseball, but here on the ice, 3 times a season at the very least, these guys not big fans of each other, that's for sure. Now here's Lytell, one of the goal scorers tonight. Down the right wing side. It's ahead of Cianella. Now below the goal line, sent it up high. Here's Mulvey with a shot. That one just sails wide of the net. Now Weller from the other side. Tried a shot. That one blocked. On the rebound, Preston, tough angle. Couldn't get that one on net. And the Dukes are able to clear this one out. And smart play by Surma. I think he intentionally did not let that touch him to avoid a potential too many men call.
Yeah, he had to wait for his the player getting off the ice to actually get off the ice.
So now Sokol. Try to get a pass over that one in a skate for York. Here's a shot on goal, saved by Preston. Rebound, that one just goes high by O'Leary. Now another shot from the far side. That one never hit the net. And now right in front, puck from the hand to the stick by Passion, but he couldn't connect on the backhand, and the Titans able to get this one out just to neutral ice there.
What a defensive play by Surma, because Preston was completely out of position there in the net, and he saved the day on that one.
So a good two-way night for Surma. Scored the goal, makes that good defensive effort. Frank Surma, his varsity debut last year. A good piece of the puzzle for Jim Philbin and Glenbrook South. 6 goals, 7 assists in 30 SHL regular season games. And now here's Vanderploeg cutting down the left wing side. Looked to pull that one to his backhand at the blue paint, but could not. Now Pajerski below the goal line, sent it up high. Nobody home for the Titans, and it goes all the way down. Now McPherson. Out to the neutral zone, Ben Stevens. Pajerski and O'Leary able to get that puck free and dump it in. 10:30 to go in the third period. Titans scored in the first and the second, but that's all for either side here tonight. Good blocker save there by Preston. Now down low, tough angle chance. And that one's covered up by the freshman goaltender for GBS.
Yeah, I can't say enough about where his positioning is. He's standing up straight when he has to. He's in charge of his arms and legs, and he's moving them quite nicely. There, he just positioned himself where that player couldn't score that goal. He just blocked off the whole corner of the net and said, "Go ahead, throw everything you got at me. It's not going in."
York leading shots now 22-17, but this one takes a deflection and comes free for the Titans. They have numbers. Vanderploeg down the left wing side looking for a pass. Couldn't get a clean one. Deflects up to McPherson, who takes a shot, and that one stopped by Brown.
York got lucky on that play. That was a 3-on-1. Pretty good defensive play by York, because he kept the GBS player who originally brought it over the blue line. He just backed him up into the corner, and then he just couldn't pass over him.
Boris back on the ice after serving that coincidental minor for roughing. It goes to York, though, and Barton able to get this one out to the neutral zone and beyond. Still anyone's game. You can never feel safe in hockey with a 2-goal lead. Now Higgins out to Boris, neutral ice. He will deflect this one in, chasing after O'Leary with it. And the Titans just offside, or pardon me, penalty. Cross-checking called by the trailing referee way back down at the other half of the ice. He's going to send Jack Higgins to the box. And that's going to send York to their 5th power play of this hockey game.
Certainly something you don't want at this stage of the game, with 9 minutes left to go, 9.5 minutes left to go, and you'll be a man short. They started the period a man short, so we're going to have to play extra tough here. Face off in their zone.
This shot takes a deflection out of play. York 0 for 4 on the power play in the season here in the SHL, including this game. They're only 1 for 16, so you could say that they are due for a power play goal. We'll see what the next 2 minutes entail.
Yeah, GBS wants to make it 1 for 17.
York wins the face-off to get back underway. Lezik down to Camposano. Mulvey racing to the corner. Can't clear it. It goes to Passion. Passion up to Piriotti. Or Pasenti, excuse me. Passion Almost let that one roll over the blue line, but instead he'll go down to Maurer, who's pressured from Cesario. Ethan Maurer threw it to the other side for Lezik. Lezik down to Maurer, back up to Lezik. Being pressured by Sokol, he'll play it off the boards down to Campasano. Luke Campasano for the Dukes. Back up to Passion. Up high, Pacenti. Now down to Lezik at the right circle, but he couldn't hang on to the puck. York will keep possession up. 70 seconds to go on the power play. All penalty kills for the Titans, sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg, trial attorney. Centering pass, and a shot by Passion. What a save made by Preston with the right pad. And he covers up the puck. Maybe a penalty called after the whistle.
Although Preston's having a great night, that was the save of the night so far. Nice outlet pass, nice centering pass from behind the net by York players and tic-tac-toe, but then Preston was right there to put his body in front of it. So hats off to him. Still 1:04 left on this penalty kill for GBS to preserve their 2-0 lead.
So Jack Passion has been sent to the box for York, so that's going to put a halt to the York-Duke power play. They're now 0 for 5 in the game, and we'll play some 4-on-4 hockey, which is hard to come by sometimes in high school hockey. Because coincidental minors, we stay 5-on-5, but we'll see a little bit extra ice out there, and maybe a good chance for the Titans in their own zone to add some insurance to their 2-0 lead. Here's Fagan, nice pass to Weiss. He picks it up with some speed. Jonah Weiss shot. That one just goes high of the net. Now Weiss gets back. We'll play it to the far side. Surma now for Vanderploeg up high. He takes a shot towards the net. That one wouldn't go. It hit the side of the cage. And York trying to poke this one out. They will. Here comes O'Leary. 4-on-4 hockey. He comes over the line, takes a shot on Preston. That one stopped. Now Campasano. He goes to the far side, picked up by Weiss. Now Vanderploeg. Pressure behind the net. Centering pass for York. Here's a shot, and what a save made by Preston. He's had a handful of highlight reel saves tonight, but maybe that's his best so far.
His best was just a few minutes ago. Now he's bettering that, so he's having one heck of a night.
So now the York power play, or I should say the GBS penalty is over, so the Titans will have a shortened power play of their own. All power plays for GBS, sponsored by RSM. They are 0 for 1 on the power play in this game, only their second opportunity. Here comes Mulvey over the line. He can't get around O'Leary cleanly, then a shot off the rebound. Could not get through a maze of bodies. McPherson up high, right point. Cole McPherson down to Sokol, right side circle. York can't clear it out. McPherson keeps it alive. He tried to send it over to the left side, but it takes a bounce outside the zone after Brown was reaching with his stick. But the Titans will keep possession of the puck. Pajerski missed a man with his pass. That'll go all the way down. And no icing is the call. And York will clear this one out. Takes a deflection. Wouldn't have been an icing anyway because it was the last few seconds of their penalty kill. We are now back to 5-on-5. Neither team has scored a power play goal in this game after a combined 0 for 7. Here's McPherson. Left it for Cesario. Now played it deep for McPherson. Right in front of the net, below the goal line now. Cesario being checked up against the end boards. Now back up high to Mulvey. Left point. Down to Pajerski. Benji Pajerski spins to elude a check from Lezik. Then he spins again. Sends it up to Mulvey, who tries a shot. And a clean stop by the goaltender. Let's take another look at that save by Preston.
Yeah, Preston he's got a good eye behind him as he watches. That was a great outlet pass, centering pass, and he was just right there to stop it.
Really impressive stuff for Glenbrook South and for years to come. Thomas Preston, number 41. One of the next great Glenbrook South Titans.
You know, I wanted to go back just a little bit, Dylan. I don't have the highlight for it, but McPherson kind of gave up that puck right at the center line. And as Olchek would say, you know, all you little kids, watch what's going on here. Well, these are young men, these little kids.
For all you young
right?
hockey players
Young
out
hockey
there.
players, but he stayed with it. He knew that he had made the mistake in giving up that puck, but he stayed with it so that York player couldn't come in on a breakaway. So just don't give up. Keep fighting.
Here comes Frank Surma already with a goal tonight. Surma now to Sokol down in the corner. Cesario below the line, kicks it over to the far side. And now Surma picks it up. Frank Surma to Aiden Weller left side. He tries a shot, that one wouldn't go. Then Cesario looking to pull that one to his forehand, and he could not bury it. And that was a very close chance for the Titans, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's either Brown or his teammate gets a stick on this one as the puck springs back towards the other open GBS player right here. And then, yeah, that might be the defensive men on York's team that got his stick there. His goalie was right there to back him up, but he's the one to stop the puck from going in.
All right, we're getting down to crunch time here at Addison Ice Arena. 5 minutes to go. We'll keep a close eye down to our right and see when head coach of the Dukes, Matt Boeing, might decide to pull his goaltender in favor of a sixth attacker. This one takes a deflection on net, staying right with it. Thomas Preston into his glove.
Yeah, Vanderpool played an awesome defensive play there. He didn't get called for a penalty. He just kept his body right on that York player and prevented him from receiving that pass and having an offensive threat. Yeah, the clock is on GBS's side now, 4:51 left.
Drop of the puck, left circle. Face-off taken by the Dukes. Here's O'Leary from the slot, or point, I should say. That one takes a deflection and would not go. Is sitting in the blue paint, but that was a close chance. Now a giveaway. York has another chance. Here's a shot. They score. And off a turnover, the Dukes had a 2-on-0. The guy with the puck decided to take the shot, and that is Ben DeZillo with his first goal and or point of the season. It's a one-goal game.
Yeah, I think Vanderpool had too many people on him as he tried to take the puck out in the slot, and he tries to bring it up, and he's trying to do all of this by himself, and they just got their stick on it, blocked it, and then the York player just kind of whips it home for the first blemish on Preston.
All right, so no shutout tonight for the Glenbrook South goaltender. And everyone's heart rate here at the rink goes up just a little bit on both sides. As York now one goal away from tying this game, it'll be a little bit later on than it would have been for the empty net. So we'll see how the rest of this game unfolds down to 4:12 to go in the third period.
That's it. GBS just has to keep their sticks on the ice, get in the way of that puck. Here's Weller.
Weller sends it around the boards to the far side it goes. Adam Sokol there, pinning it up against the boards. 2-on-2 battle. Now a third York Duke gets in there, trying to fight for the puck, and York comes away with it. A pass out to Kalianis. Paul Kalianis over the line, left wing side, got it to Maurer. He tried to get it to his backhand, but could not. Now Maurer behind the net. Threw it to the slot, Smith just out of his reach. Now Pacenti, right circle towards the net. That took a deflection and was stopped by Preston. Now Cesario plays it to the far side for Stevens, who lifts it into the zone. 3:20 to go. Kalianis from a knee gets it down to Ben Smith. Smith now to Matthew Lezik. And streaking in there, Jonah Weiss. He was trying to pick the pocket of a Duke and rush in with a breakaway. Here's a shot from neutral ice by O'Leary, stopped easily by Preston. As we get down to under 3 minutes to go here, any time from now till the end of the game is going to be the time that the goaltender would get pulled with the one-goal lead. Now Pajurski, Weiss, right circle, tried a shot, maybe a shot pass for Ben Stevens, who was lurking by the net, but couldn't get it to him. Pajurski now left circle, takes a shot. That one hits off the end boards in the back of the net. Now Stevens, top of the right circle, that one just over the net. 2.5 to go, Titans keep it in the attacking zone. This shot sails over the net as well. Here's Weiss playing it off the boards, now down to Pajerski.
This is working.
Yep, just keep it in the zone. Don't let him pull the goaltender, right? Now here's O'Leary. He'll send this one in directly on net, so no icing. No possession for the Dukes as the Titans will dump this one in. It'll go all the way down and be an icing, and that might draw the goalie with the face-off in the attacking zone for York, and perhaps even a timeout. We will see. As you can see now, Brown is starting to
he's asking.
Sneak towards the bench and see if he can get some kind of indication, but head coach of the Dukes, Matt Boeing, saying maybe not quite yet. And York, just before the face-off, uses their timeout. So
they've got an offensive draw, so they're going to try to draw up a play here, communicate with their goalie about when they want him to come out. There's 2:08 left, so I don't know if it's I don't know when they call it, maybe a minute and a half, but they're going to first see what happens here on this draw. If they can get some offensive push here, then they might not have to pull their goalie. But now it looks like he might be coming out for good now, or at least he's going to take a seat with this offensive faceoff for York.
So Jack Brown, who's had a solid night.
Right, sloppy, beautiful. They'll take any kind of a goal right now to tie this game.
2:08 on the clock, and the timeout has been completed. And yep, there is an empty net to our right, and it'll be 6 attackers out there for the York Dukes, an empty net to shoot at for the Titans. 1-goal game, and we've got a good finish in store. Lezak will go against Sokol at the face-off circle. Circle to Preston's right. And Lezak has been kicked out of the face-off circle, so instead it'll be Ethan Maurer. York looking to avoid 5 straight losses to start their season. Face-off taken by the Dukes. Campasano goes below the net, picked away by the Titans, and they're able to lift this one out to the neutral zone. Kalianis retreats for the Dukes. Paul Kalianis now to Luke Campasano. Campasano got it to DeZillo near side through neutral ice. He'll dump this one down. That one hits the linesman. He's in a bit of pain. Now down in that corner, Maurer finds it, gets it up to the left point, but Kalianis can't keep it in. He'll swat that one over to Pacenti, who dumps it in. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. Some of the Titan fans wanted an icing. It was a close call. Sokol pokes this one out. He races after the puck. Tried to get it to the empty net with one hand on his stick, and the backhand could not. And we stay a 1-goal hockey game. York gets possession back. 1:10 to go in the period. Here's Ethan Maurer. He gets it to the near side. Campasano given away to Sokol, and that's an easy one for 2-6. 3-1 Glenbrook South, and Adam Sokol's first goal of the season. And that should just about do it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I said earlier that the GBS players had to keep their sticks on the ice to prevent some of these passes going through the lanes, and that's exactly what happened. The defenseman by York tried to pass it across into a dangerous spot, and the GBS player just tipped it with his stick into open ice, and then it was a no-brainer from there.
Adam Sokol, 5 assists in the preseason, but did not have a goal, so that's his first of the season. Overall, in or out of the SHL, and we get down to a minute. Back in his net is Brown.
Empty net goals are always exciting.
Out to the neutral zone, Pajerski. And back down into the D zone for the Titans. This one lifted to the far side, Stevens. So an entertaining game, and York made it interesting at the very end, but Glenbrook South adds the empty net goal by Adam Sokol. Vanderplug, maybe they have one more in them, but offside, so Weiss will have to tag up. 20 seconds to go. So with goals by Frank Surma, Dylan Lytell, and Adam Sokol, and 30 saves and counting for Thomas Preston, the Titans, for the 3rd season in a row, will start the SHL season 1-0-0. And icing here stops the clock with 4.8 in the third period. They'll drop the puck one more time, then it'll be official.
Well, I think it's a great performance by York, greater performance by Preston, by GBS, a better performance by Preston, but York is still the one that keeps on fighting. So they got a good coaching crew. Both of these teams, I think Jim Philbin might be in his 34th year. If I don't have that right, Mr. Philbin, I'm sorry.
Right off the draw, Buens tried a face-off shot, and undefeated through one are the Titans. A 1-0 start to the SHL regular season and 2 points in the books. A 3-1 victory. 30 saves on 31 shots by Thomas Preston. And a victory for the boys in blue and gold.
Yeah, Preston's my player of the game. I don't know if you do that here, Dylan, but he came out in the opening campaign. He did a really nice job, and then the GBS team was well coached tonight, and their players maybe had a little bit of a slow start, giving up some chances in front of their own net at the beginning of the game. Really came on and started to get those pucks to the net on Brown, the York goalie, and then put 3 of them past him. 2 past him, 1 empty netter.
So York drops to 0-3-2 to start the year after finishing as the state playoff runner-up. Yet to find a victory in the SHL through their first 5 games and first about 1/6 of the season. There are only 30 games in the regular season, so an 0-5 start. You've got some catching up to do, and it doesn't get any easier for them as they will play again on Sunday for their next game at New Trier.
Yeah, New Trier, everybody's nemesis, and they're usually there in the final. I know York has lost 2 years in a row to New Trier, but they come out. They're a great team. They fight really hard, and we saw that tonight. And GBS got the better of them. They were maybe outplayed just by a little bit.
All right. As for the Titans' next game, that is in over a week. It'll be Saturday, October 12th. Against the St. Ignatius Wolfpack. It'll be Glenbrook South's home opener in the regular season at Glenview Ice Center. Second game at GIC if you count the preseason invitational. But I will actually not be on the call for that one. I'll be up covering the West Bend Power up in Wisconsin as the job I just got to start that season. So you will be greeted by the vocal stylings of Rudy Hodgson, one of the SHL Network's own, and he's going to do a great job for all you people. And I'm excited to hear what you all think about him. But then I'll be back for the next game after that.
Yeah, very proud of Dylan as he got that Power job, and he's the voice of the West Bend Power up there, about an hour and a half away in Wisconsin. And they got a great hockey team also.
Yeah, so Saturday night, Rudy Hodgson will take you through the broadcast on the South Hockey Network. And hey, if it's at the Glenview Ice Center home opener, come on out and support the team. That's going to do it for our entire crew. Gerard Boris behind that camera, Brad Cesario keeping score at the top left corner of your screen. That's John Ward. I'm Dylan Ward saying have a great rest of your Friday night and rest of your weekend.